everybody, James Phillips. I'm joined by Stone Phillips today, special guest host here on the DME PrepZone wrap-up show for week 1 of the high school football season. We're going to start out, just get into it quick, Stone. First game we're going to talk about is Carbon Hill and Curry. That was on Thursday night.
Shoot.
That was an ugly one, wasn't it?
That was an ugly one. That was very ugly.
What was the final score?
68-3, I think?
66-8.
Oh, 68.
And Devin Daniel, Carbon Hill, he finished with 306 yards on the night, 4 touchdowns. That was a huge game for him.
Mm-hmm. Devin Daniel, he is a dog. He is a man among boys. He was unstoppable.
He was unstoppable. And then also, quarterback Clay Tittle, he finished with 156 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns too. So Carbon Hill just rolling on the night against Curry. I really hope that we can see Curry pick it up from that loss. I mean, that's a big loss to come back from, so I hope we can see them bounce back a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next game. That is going to be Meek. I'm looking through the Daily Mountain Eagle, so anybody that wants full coverage of this, be sure to go to our sports page, get a sports page from Saturday's edition. Let me tell you about Meek. Meek 40, Cold Springs 6. This is a game that most people thought would be really close, but not close at all. Meek took over from the beginning, continued to fight. They had 3 guys that rushed for more than 300 yards together, 347 yards and 6 touchdowns. So the rushing offense is what took over for Meek. Stone, any thoughts on that game?
That was just a very big win by Meek. They needed that for this year. They've been not that good for the past 5 years, I would say.
Yeah.
So they needed that big win.
Oh, yeah. See them pick up a win early in the season. That's a game that they lost by 3 points last season. And then now to blow out Cold Springs, that's a very big statement here to start the year.
That's a very big momentum shift.
That's right. That is true. You got to learn how to win.
Got to learn.
And so they're learning how to win. All right. Let's go now to Addison. This was a surprise game, too. Addison and Haleville. Haleville, much larger school. Last year, they beat Addison fairly handily. And then this time, Addison comes back. They score 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter to pick up a win. And the Bulldogs that's another team that's making a statement early. They're saying they're here and they're going to battle for big-time playoff push this year.
Where they finished last year in the playoffs?
They got put out in the second round of the playoffs last year.
That win right there makes it 3rd round.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, it shows they're ready to compete.
They're ready to compete.
How about we go now to Gordo and Oakman? This is a game that's a lot closer than what the final score is, 29-7. But it's much closer than that. Going into the 4th quarter, I think it was only 14-7.
14-7.
And so then Gordo pulls away late. Gordo's the #1 team in Class 4A. That says a lot for Oakman that they held in there that long.
Yeah, Gordo's the real deal. They have a quarterback who is committed to Oregon, ranked top 300 on ESPN. That was a very good game by Oakman, even though they lost. Very good game that they played.
Oakman's defense, A.J. Odom always steps
A.J.
up.
Odom
He stepped up big.
Committed to Memphis.
He's committed to Memphis. And then also freshman Trace Cagle had over 10 touchdowns, over 10 tackles. And that's huge for him. Send a shout out to my buddy Bubba Cagle for his son stepping up like that. But Oakman, I think we got a long road ahead for Oakman, and it's going to be a bright road because just showing up the way they did here, getting into their region play coming up, it's going to be big time. Oakman's going to do some things this year.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
All right, how about Summerton Christian? Summerton Christian. We didn't know how this would go. They lost last year to Victory. It was Victory Christian. And last year they lost to them early in the season. I think it was the opener as well. I'm going back into my newspaper. 26-6. Also, if you want to see scores, if you didn't get a newspaper, go to dmeprepzone.com. Scoring throughout the nights on Friday nights. This week it was scoring throughout the nights on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. But be sure to go there, or after the games are over with, the stories that are in the Eagle, they're also posted there, so you can see exactly everything that happened on Friday, this time Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So Summerton wins. Big win for them, 26-6. They really just flexed their muscle there, and this is the first time that they've won an opener since 2017 when they beat that same Victory Christian School.
Yeah. So Christian, they dominated the whole game, the whole front, the offensive line, defensive line, was pounding them, running the ball, and they're just trying to make a big push try to get into their playoffs.
Yeah, I think this is a playoff year for Sumption Christian. They made it.
They got a weak region.
Right.
Best time to do it.
Don't say weak region though, because coaches don't like that. But it is kind of true. They do have a weak region. All right, let's go now to last night's game. Who was that, Stone?
Cordova versus Dora.
Cordova and Dora. I have got to say I was completely wrong on this game. I thought Dora would come out and dominate. I thought Cordova would lose.
Yeah, but that didn't happen. Cordova made you look like a fool.
They did make me look like a fool. And
the little rats.
Cordova won the game despite 5 turnovers. They had 5 turnovers. And they whiffed a kickoff, which
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, none of us had ever seen that, but they evidently the kicker missed it, but hit it just enough, or blew the wind across it just enough that the ball fell off the tee.
Yep.
And Dora took over right there, but the Bulldogs couldn't do anything with it. I think they were leading 13-0, and then Cordova scores 20 unanswered points to win the game. That's a huge win for Cordova.
Huge win.
Big time for Shane Smothers taking over his first game.
That was a very big win by Cordova. Trying to just beating a rival like that is always very big.
Yeah.
And Dora, I feel bad for Coach Chavis right now.
Yeah.
I feel very bad for him, but hopefully he makes a big comeback in the next game.
I bet you Chavis started making some changes as soon as that game was over or before it was over to get ready and get this team better. I assure you of that.
Your story starts at Bevill State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevill State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties, you don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
All right, now our game of the week. Jasper Vikings hosting Mars Hill Panthers. Not like the game last year that you played in. You were a senior last year, played in that game.
Yep.
Really close.
Very close.
This year, Jasper took it from the opening possession and controlled the entire game.
Yeah, I'm very proud of these dudes. I thought it was going to be I had Jasper winning by like a touchdown, so I did not expect them to blow them out like this.
Yeah.
Kevon Samuel is the real deal.
Yeah.
He's looking like the best player. To me, he looked like the best player in Walker County right now. Spencer looking like a very good, one of the best quarterbacks.
Right. Spencer Rosenfeld's going to, and he had an off game and he still threw for 270 yards. You mentioned Kevon Samuels. He finished with 6 catches for 180 yards and a touchdown.
The defense could not stop Kevon. He was out. He was making the defenders miss like everything. Right. It was unbelievable while I was watching.
Well, and his big plays were all short little screen passes that he turned into incredibly long plays.
I like to call him the Yak God. The Yak God.
What is that?
Yards after catch.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
And once he catches a clean ball, he is so hard to tackle. He's one of the hardest people to tackle. But
how about the Jasper defense?
Yeah, the defense was probably the biggest surprise. I was very impressed with J.P. Hollis. He doesn't usually play defense much until this year, but he was making some very big tackles.
He was making good tackles. Really strong effort from J.P. The defensive line stepped up.
The defensive line are mostly played by offensive linemen from last year.
Right.
So it was very impressive to see them just manhandle the offensive line like that.
There were several sacks. I think there were 4 sacks during the game. I know Luke Skelton had one. Gilmore had one. There were a couple other guys that stepped up and had sacks. They really, the defense dominated. And I think one thing that may have caused that is the fact that throughout the offseason, we've talked about how there were no returners coming on defense, and defense might be the problem. And I think those guys got tired of hearing that stuff, and they were ready to play.
They were ready to kick some butt. That's what they were ready for.
Yeah. And they did. That's what happened. They came out and kicked some tail, opened up a can of butt kicking.
Yeah.
That's what happened. All right, Stone, that was our game of the week. So you got anything else you want to share? I'm glad that you came on to be my For people who don't know, you are my 18-year-old son, just started at Bevill State, just finished, just graduated from Jasper. So anything else you got to say for your first time on camera?
I don't think so. Just help the PrepZone, help
Right.
DME. That's all I have to say.
That's right. Anything we can do to promote the brand, that's it. Even if we have to drag a family member on camera for it.
Big Baller DME brand, you know.
Big Baller DME brand. Boom. All right, so until next week, where I'll have another guest commentator with me. I'm not going to say who yet, probably because I don't know who yet, but we will have one.
Mystery.
Yeah, mystery. I like that, Stone. Mystery. So for Stone Phillips, I'm James Phillips, and we'll see you this week when we come back with DME PrepZone Game Time.